20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal.
Everybody, you did one hell of a job. And only thing else I can say is, how about this, Cowboys? Yeah!
3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
How about them Cowboys?
Liftoff.
Indeed.
We have a liftoff.
Yeah. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Plug and Play, the final edition before the NFL draft, because the great Dane Brugler, who you can see on your screen right now from The Athletic, next week is going to be an S show for Dane Brugler. And so this is it. This is it. Good evening, Dane Brugler. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you? We're almost a week away, so that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm great. I'm just really excited to join you in the ranks of those who have been banned from doing stuff. So that was exciting. And now here we are on the internet. It's glorious. It's great. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Hi, YouTube. Hi, Twitch. Hi, Facebook. Hi, everybody. So somebody actually had a great idea. This happens sometimes. People in chat and online sometimes have great ideas. Usually they're just really angry and poisonous. But this time they had a great idea, which was, what about just doing a live mock? Oh, it is going to cut that in half, isn't it? Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Do we just have to? We're just going to make this ugly, okay? This is going to be an ugly show, but we'll make it work. What we're going to do is have no background. That's what we're going to do. And we're just going to play it like that. How about that?
That works. Yeah.
All right, so it was somebody's idea to just do a full first-round mock, and I know you've already done a 7-round mock, but this one's different because I'm here to yell at you and try to get you to change picks, and so it'll be fun. It'll be our first-round mock, which will be entered into the annals of history to try to be the most accurate mock draft in the history of mock drafts. We're coming after Josh. We're coming after Josh Norris this year.
We're doing what we think is going to happen, right? Not what we would do. Correct?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
but
let's try to predict it, let's try to guess how it's going to play out.
okay, that sounds fair. But I mean, what we would do is what a lot of teams hopefully would do, because we assume that they're not a bunch of idiots, right? So we can offer opinion. We can.
Oh, no, yeah. If you would go somewhere else with the first pick, but you think the Jaguars are going to do something else, yeah. Tell the people about that. So no, I'm excited. This will be fun. This will be a fun exercise.
Herman, thank you for kicking off the super chats. We love you. You're the best. And we will intermittently throughout the draft stop and answer some questions. So if you're in there super chatting your nuts off, we will do our best to take care of you. And I don't know if this is the reason I'm not allowed on certain places anymore, but I want to shout out to my guys at Bet Online, my partners at Bet Online, the number one source for all your betting needs and sports info. Go bet on the draft. Just listen to what Dane says and then use that to try to make yourself rich. And if it doesn't work out, you can yell at him online. It'll be great.
Just don't be mad at me.
Yeah, find all the latest sports developments, updated odds on the NBA playoffs, fights, even next season's futures. You got MLB going. I can't bet on my Rangers because they don't know how to pitch. That's unfortunate. But Bet Online, it's your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino and poker games. Easy to get started. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to join and use promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts. If you choose to share your proceeds with me, cool. All right, we're drafting. We're at number 1 overall, and the Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock and have to pay the loser tax, where if they pick a bad player, they're going to pay them a butt ton of money anyway, so they better pick a good player. Pretty easy? Or are you torn between O-line and D-line?
I think it's going to be D-line. Which D-lineman may be the better question.
Stop it.
No, what's the point of having a number 1 pick if you're not going to go for it? Would it really be that shocking if Travon Walker is the best defensive player from this draft 4 years from now?
I would be very surprised. I would.
I don't know. That's kind of been, whenever I've talked about Travon Walker going back to the fall, I've said that exact same thing. It would not surprise me at all if he is the best defensive player out of this draft. He has the traits, the ability. It's all there for him to do it. So, I know a lot of people bring up Alden Smith with Trent Baalke in San Francisco. I get why they say that because Aldon Smith was a toolsy player, but I mean he also had double-digit sacks in college his last year at Missouri. So I don't know it's quite the an apples to apples type of thing. How are we gonna? What's the order we're gonna do here? You have the first pick. Do I have the first pick? How are we doing?
Okay. We're gonna do that. We're gonna alternate.
Yeah, let's alternate.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna need you to. I want you to go first because I want to see if you have the stones to back up what you're saying and actually predict that that's going to happen, or if you'll be a normal person and just put Aiden Hutchinson at number 1 overall.
I will say, like right now where we are, we're a week out. I'll say it's 60-40. I think Hutchinson is the top pick. I mean, I think that I guess it doesn't really work if it's because I don't think it's down to two people necessarily, two players necessarily, but I'd say it's a better than 50-50 shot. It's going to be Aiden Hutchinson. So I'll go with Aiden Hutchinson at 1 to the Jaguars.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kayvon Thibodeau is the best defensive player out of this draft.
That's a realistic outcome. I don't think that's crazy at all.
Okay, at number 2 overall. Now the hard part here is I kind of need you to hold my hand because I need to pull up somewhere. I guess Pro Football Focus has their version of it here. I need teams' needs to know what they're going to do, and I only know the Cowboys off the top of my head.
Well, I mean, with the Lions, I mean, at the number 2 pick, do the needs really matter? I mean, to be honest, you got to find the most impactful player. Whether that's, I mean, they do not need a tackle with Decker and Penei Sewell, so they're good there.
That hurts because that's where I would feel best about the pick I'm going to make. Would be either be Evan Neal at Alabama or Ike Ekwonu at NC State would be my 2 guys to put there, which means I'm going to say Detroit's in a prime trade spot. There's no quarterback worth the number 2 overall pick.
That's it. So who wants to go up? I think this pick comes down to
it's going to be
Sauce or their top defensive player, whether that's Kayvon Thibodeau, Travon Walker, whoever that ends up being.
And we want to be right. We want to try to be right.
Yeah.
Then I like Thibodeau better than Walker. But if I look at Vegas over-unders, Walker is projected to be drafted higher. I guess I got to give him Travon Walker at number 2? No.
That makes sense. It does.
Detroit coaches, call me because I want to give you Thibodeau. That's what I want to do. Dane wants to be right, and Vegas isn't stupid. Fine. Travon Walker goes number 2 overall, and I picked him, even though I didn't want to.
Hey, that's all right. That's again, you're betting on what these players are gonna do, not what they've done. What they've done really, that's great. But once you get to the NFL, it's all about what you're gonna do. And Trayvon's got the traits, man. That's what NFL teams are drafting. So
David McGee, super chat. Are we sleeping on George Karlaftis? D-end is a deceptive need. Is he a good fit? If you're a Cowboy fan asking that question, if Karlaftis is at 24, it'd be very likely I'd throw whoever else is on the board out the window and pick Karlaftis. I love Karlaftis. He's very, very good. And Marcus, I did a mock the other day and Devontae Wyatt fell to the Cowboys at 24. How realistic is that? And if it does happen, is it a CeeDee Lamb type situation where you have no choice but to pick him? I don't think so. I like Devontae Wyatt, but I could leave him on the board at 24 depending on who else is there.
Yeah, 24 is also his age. A little bit older guy.
Ooh, Dane, you're on the clock in Houston.
All right, so Hutchinson's off the board. Travon Walker's off the board. If Travon Walker did not go 2, I think I might have to take him here at 3. But since he's gone, I'm going Sauce Gardner here. The Texans have done a lot of homework on these corners, Gardner and Stingley. I'm not sure either one's going to get to 13, their second first-round pick. So that's the direction I'm going here. I'm going to go Sauce Gardner to the Texans and Lovie Smith.
That's at 4. Man.
See, this is going to get interesting now because
it feels early for receiver.
Yeah, and with the 10th pick, I think they can feel good about who's going to be there at 10 at receiver. I think with who's on the board, I think this comes down to 2 players, Icky and
Evan Neal.
No, your guy Thibodeau. Do you go pass rush here, or I mean, with the needs that they have, like basically Mekhi Becton, I don't know what's going to happen there. There's a good chance he never plays another game for the Jets. There's at least a chance. So, does Joe Douglas want to go with the offensive line insurance here? Go get that offensive lineman, or do you get the pass rusher because they want more pass rush? So,
Okay, well, I'm going to make this pick then. I'm going to insert a little bit of opinion here because I'm watching Thibodeau fall too far for too many people, and I won't stand for it because the tape's too good and pass rush matters. Kayvon Thibodeau goes number 4 overall, and Dane, you're on the clock for the Giants.
I think that would have been my pick as well. So that makes sense. So the Giants here, they have 2 of the next 3 picks. They're bummed that Sauce Gardner's off the board, but they need offensive line. They need a right tackle. And they've got 3 of them to choose from here between Ickey, Evan Neal, and Charles Cross. It's just, which one do they go after? It's hard to tell which one they're going to go with. Let's just say Evan Neal. He's the only one of the 3 that has legit right tackle experience. He started a full year, sophomore season at Alabama right tackle. So I think that they have a good idea of what they're getting there. Evan Neal to pick there at 5.
All right, that knocks out our top 5, which puts the Carolina Panthers on the clock. And now I'm looking at it and I'm saying, is there anybody here that I think I'm surprised by? And not necessarily, but can they use an offensive tackle, Dane?
It's got to be offensive tackle. If they don't go quarterback, it's got to be offensive tackle.
All right, that's done. Ike Ekwonu, NC State offensive tackle, is the pick to Carolina at 6.
There, keep him in North Carolina. Smart.
As Petey Pablo once said, North Carolina, come on and raise up. Trade Sam Darnold. Find another quarterback and prosper.
Giants at 7. So now this gets interesting with because I think it's Sauce Gardner's on the board. It's easy. They're going Sauce. With him gone, do they take the next best corner and Stingley? Do they go? Let's see here. They could go with the next best pass rusher, which would be Jermaine Johnson.
Oh, it's early for Jermaine Johnson.
It is, definitely. It is. But I mean, kind of early for everybody. I don't think they go Kyle Hamilton. I got to go Derek Stingley here. Go with the corner. And Derek Stingley, far from a clean prospect. You're hoping you get the guy you saw in 2019. But I think the talent's going to win out there. I'll go Stingley.
All right. And this is why I actually love this draft, because this draft is like so anti-groupthink.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
Most years, it's like everybody's kind of lined up and it's like, no, I just kind of like this guy a little bit better. And this year, it's like you can find people who feel very differently about everybody.
Yeah. And that's how it's going to be team to team.
Okay, Atlanta. They're not going to pick a quarterback at 8. Although I will say this, no matter what team you are, I don't think I've seen a lot of quarterbacks mocked to them. But if there's one in this class that you like, I don't give a crap how high it is in the round or what the world thinks about that quarterback prospect. If you think it's a starting NFL quarterback, you pick him with your pick.
That was my reasoning in my 7-round mock when I gave him Malik Willis was, hey,
you know what you did?
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel great about it, but it's just one of those things. If you feel like Malik Willis is going to be an NFL starter, you can't pass on him there. But I mean, I have no conviction that they think that of him. They're in a weird spot because they need so much help. They don't need to rush the quarterback if they don't feel like it just yet. So I mean, they might be better off waiting till next year, going with a position player at this point. But which one? I don't know.
I mean, they'd be better off going with a position player playing quarterback this year because that's a tank team. That's a team that's getting ready to go chase after Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud.
Marcus Mariota, you're not a believer?
Sure.
Do we see the first receiver off the board here? Obviously, the Calvin Ridley situation. Julio Jones is long gone. So, could we see a receiver here? That's a possibility.
Man, even
Jermaine Johnson's
kind of tough too, because I almost need to know team by team, like what do they value? Because if you told me what your team wants in a receiver, the order of my receivers would change in a hurry.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no doubt.
Because they're all just so different. I actually think I'm going to follow your lead and take a quarterback.
Ooh.
Because I don't think I would want to be the team that.
Look, and here's the thing with these quarterbacks.
I'm going to throw out one more name, and
Okay.
you're going to tell me it's not going to happen. And I'm just looking at the needs that are listed on the site. If you have a need at center and you're picking 8th and you pick Tyler Linderbaum, I ain't mad at you. I don't give a crap how short his arms are. That's how good his tape is.
You're going to be mad when he falls out of the first round, aren't you?
I won't be mad. I'll just be happy for the team that gets him.
Someone's going to get good value. I think there's a good chance he falls out of the first.
Getting a cost-controlled Pro Bowler for 4 years will be really fun for somebody.
Here's the thing with the quarterbacks: the run's it's gonna happen. They're gonna go, but where's that run start? Nobody knows. Did I just rhyme? But I mean, it's hard to say. It could start at 6. It could start at 8.
They don't need an offensive tackle in Atlanta.
I mean, they could use one, sure. I mean, they're. I mean, Jake Matthews is still going strong. I mean, Caleb McGarry, the guy they took in the first round 4 years ago, it hasn't really worked out. Yeah, it's. I mean, nothing's off the board. I think for Atlanta, it's a rebuilding franchise.
I could take Charles Cross here. I am going to give them. They've got a bridge there at the moment. Sure, we're going to take our quarterback swing. When in doubt, pick a quarterback. You need one.
Yeah, that's certainly possible. It could happen. I think wide receiver, quarterback, definitely a possibility there. I think, okay, with the way this happens, the way this is playing out, this is an easy one for me at 9. I think it's got to be Charles Cross. They need tackle help. They need help a lot of places in Seattle. But Charles Cross, give him the left tackle for the now, for the future. Let's go Cross there at 9. Why can't I hear you?
I hit my mute button.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember why. I must have been clicking on things or something or typing something.
There you go.
I'm going to take Garrett Wilson for the Jets.
Yep.
Ohio State receiver. And this goes back to what I said about why this draft is so fun, because it was my buddy Trevor Sycamore, who's at Pro Football Focus now. And he was doing a podcast, and he has somebody who covers each team make every pick. And so he asked me to do the Cowboy pick, and I did this 2 years ago, and I took CeeDee Lamb because I was like, I don't think this is going to happen, but if it does, you can't not pick him. And in that one, I was like, am I drunk, or did no one pick Garrett Wilson yet? And no one had picked Garrett Wilson yet. So I picked him at number 24 because the receivers went in a different order. Like somebody wanted Drake London, somebody wanted Jamison Williams, somebody wanted what is it? It was London
Drake
was gone.
London. Yeah,
Williams was gone. Olave was gone, and one more.
Speaking into existence,
and Burks was gone, and I was just like, okay, but I'm going to put him at number 10 in this mock draft. We are going to have Garrett Wilson at number 10. Twisted Luck in the super chat. Now that I'm no longer listening to the draft show and plug and play is going away, can you plug some of your other things you're doing so I don't miss it? Well, you'll get Dane on The Athletic, whether that's in podcast form or written form, and you'll find me right here on YouTube. This is where I'll be hanging out.
And during the draft, we'll be doing live show on The Athletic. So, switch between that and are you doing something during the draft?
Oh, you damn right. Yeah. Okay. When I got kicked off the Cowboys, I was like, that's fine. I'll just be on YouTube. It grows me anyway. I'm tired of growing corporations, making money off the backs of Dane and I. Twisted Luck, you don't have to stop listening to the draft show. I knew that I was going
to. They're friends.
I knew I was going to be off Cowboys content at some point because I left their radio partner. And when you start doing other things, eventually that's going to happen.
And the only reason I'm not on is I left Dallas. So, they're still good people.
Matt Owen, salute gentlemen, sending beer money. Thank you, Matt. We appreciate you. Okay, you're on the clock at 11, Washington.
So I think wide receiver could very well be the pick here. They want to get somebody to run with Terry McLaurin, help out the quarterback, Carson Wentz. But I don't think Ron Rivera will be able to help himself. With Kyle Hamilton sitting there, a chance to get one of the better defensive players in this draft, I think that's got to be the pick.
Kyle Hamilton, 7'8", safety, off the board.
That's right.
Minnesota guard, center, edge, corner. I am Mike Zimmer's gone, right?
He is.
I so would have gave Mike Zimmer George Karlaftis.
Hmm.
I at 12. It feels early for McDuffie or Booth at corner. Is this Jermaine Johnson's landing spot? Is this what do you have as their needs? And don't tell me needs don't matter because they 100% matter. Otherwise, we would have taken an offensive tackle at number 1 overall.
Well, I mean, I think now they matter a little more once you get outside the first few picks. But I think corner is a top need. So I mean, Trent McDuffie's there. That makes sense for them. I mean, you got a first-year general manager, first-year head coach. So I mean, I think that Minnesota, with the way that they're set up right now, they're built to win now with Kirk Cousins, and it seems like they're going to go for it. So I think McDuffie makes a ton of sense. They could go defensive line with one of the Georgia defensive tackles, with Jermaine Johnson, with the Karlaftis. So I think all signs are pointing to defense.
Okay.
Defensive line or corner.
We want to be right. Don't inject opinion, Jeff. You like Karlaftis better than Jermaine Johnson. That doesn't mean that the league does. Jermaine Johnson or Jordan Davis? Jermaine Johnson or Jordan Davis? Jermaine Johnson at 12 is grow, and I clicked it anyway. Jermaine Johnson.
Hey, it's pass rush. It's not the worst thing investing in pass rush. So Texans at 13. So we had them going Sauce Gardner at 3. So coming back, are they going to go with could go with a receiver? Just put some weapons on the field. Could see them going Devin Lloyd, the linebacker from Utah. Who do we have left?
We have all the players, Dane. There's only 12 gone.
Yeah. All right. Let's go with a receiver, and I'm gonna say Jameson Williams here. I'm a big believer in Williams, and the Texans are a team that can afford to wait. He doesn't have to be ready from day one. He's going to be a guy that boosts your offense immediately. So Texans aren't drafting a quarterback, I promise you. So let's invest in some weapons, and then you can insert the quarterback maybe a year from now.
Baltimore, I think I'm going to consider between Jordan Davis and Trent McDuffie. Trent McDuffie, I hesitate to pick for a lot of teams in the first round because he doesn't have long arms, but I feel like every time Baltimore makes a pick, sometimes they're deficient in some way, but it's a player that I love that's good as hell at football. I'm going to give Baltimore Trent McDuffie, Washington corner.
A little against what their some of their thresholds. They want more size, but McDuffie, I mean, he's a dude. I mean, he is one of the smartest corners in this draft, one of the smartest corners I've ever talked to pre-draft. So he's awesome. I don't think a team's making a mistake if they draft Trent McDuffie in the first round. So
are you saying I missed? Are you saying we're not going to win the mock draft championship now, and that I missed?
I'm saying every team, there's a first for everything, and you never know. So the Ravens, somehow, some way, every year, the good players go to the Ravens, and so Trent McDuffie would be a good player. Just he's used to wearing that purple, so
it's important.
Yeah, exactly, and let's go with so the Eagles, first of their 2 picks here. I probably might have gone Trent McDuffie if he were still available here at 15. Howie's not going to be able to help himself. Jordan Davis still on the board. He's going with the big boy. A guy that you plug into the defensive line. Going to be a shutdown run defender, and we'll see if he give you any pass rush. But I don't think Howie'd be able to help himself. I think the pick would be Jordan Davis.
All right, New Orleans is 16. Quarterback, wide receiver, tackle. This could be another wide receiver spot. they have had a lot of success in that city with a guy that their head coach hated. That's a bigger receiver. That's not a huge separation guy. So Drake London could be fun. Is there a significant need that I'm not considering by considering quarterback, receiver, tackle?
They want to tackle. I think that's what I think they want a receiver. They want to tackle.
All right, then I'm going to make a bad pick because if you're leading with tackle, it's for a reason, and I'm going to make a bad pick because I'm going to tell you I don't like Trevor Penning the way that everybody else likes Trevor Penning, but if we're picking a tackle, he's the next one up, and that's the way it goes. So Trevor Penning is going to New Orleans where he's going to get beat a bunch and throw defensive ends at his quarterback that lead to sacks. Trevor Penning off the board.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints make a move to go up and get a Charles Cross, one of these tackles. I think that's ideally what they want to do is to fill that left tackle need. And I know they love Charles Cross, so that's something to watch for. So I'm at 17 with the Chargers. Chargers a little heartbroken. I think they would have loved Trevor Penning there. They struck gold with Rashawn Slater at left tackle last year. They need a right tackle, and I think Penning would have been a great fit there. So if we're looking at the Chargers, their needs. They could go wide receiver here. They could go defensive line. Jordan Davis is off the board. I think they're going to go receiver. And what we got? 2 off the board? Yeah. With Jameson Williams and Garrett Wilson. So I'm going to go with Chris Olave. We know the Saints, or we know the Chargers. They've got some good receivers already with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, and they drafted Jordan Palmer, or not Jordan Palmer. What's his name? Palmer from Tennessee last year. They took him in the 3rd round. So
Josh Palmer, right?
Josh Palmer. Thank you. Yes, I knew it was a J beyond the J. So they've got talent at wide receiver, but if you could add another weapon to that offense, give Justin Herbert another toy to play with. A guy like Chris Olave, you can take the top off the defense. Just a really smart receiver is going to create separation. That's going to be a lot of fun. So I think ideally they'd love a right tackle there. I'm going to go Chris Olave.
All right, at 18 with Philly's 2nd pick, you took Jordan Davis, and I am going between 2 players right now because I want to be right and not inject my opinion that Nakobe Dean is awesome. So I'm either going to pick Devin Lloyd, linebacker, Utah, or I'm actually going to get Brandon Graham's successor in George Karlaftis and double down on the line.
What about Drake London? Any interest there? Give Jalen Hurts a big target.
Yeah, I guess you have Smith.
Him and Devontae.
Out. Pascal is their other receiver at the moment, probably. That's gross. Receivers are easier to find later. You can hate me for this and kick my ass later. I'm actually going to take George Karlaftis and do 2 defensive line picks.
Okay. No, it's that would fit what Howie likes to do. Likes to build on a defensive line.
Yeah, their defensive line is set for the next decade. When Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham go away, it's cool. We got other guys. By the way, Kilgore in the super chat for the pool fund. Thanks, dude. And he said, do you think there's truth to the Deebo Samuel trade rumors? Yeah, if you're talking about him being traded, maybe. Cowboys, absolutely not. I wouldn't worry about that much, buddy.
He requested a trade. That's fact. That's not a take or a report or a rumor. He asked for a trade. So now we have to see what the 49ers want to do. Do they want to try and accommodate him? Do they want to try and move him? I don't know. It's going to be something to watch. That's for sure.
Draft day. We got a bunch of unhappy superstar wide receivers, thanks to Christian Kirk, making $20 million or whatever a year. Now,
hey, let's not blame Christian. Let's blame Trent Baalke.
Yes.
Blame the. If someone offers you that type of money, you're not turning it down. So
I apologize for naming the player, but that contract is making every good receiver go, hey, where's my $25 to $30 million a year? And so now all the good receivers are like, hey, where's my money? And the teams are like, what? And they're like, all right, trade me to someone who will pay me. So it's getting wild. Where are we? You are up with the Saints.
All right. So, I think they want more speed at receiver, more so than size, but could Drake London fall out of the top 20? I guess it's possible.
Good for me. Wide receiver 5.
Um, this is a tough one because I think they do want to target. They want someone that's going to help whoever's at quarterback, Jameis, whoever's actually going to be throwing the passes. I
Would
got to
you
go
view it
Drake
as a
London.
huge reach? Like it would be skipping over guys that I like considerably better at receiver. But if you're looking for speed, is Jahan Dotson in the top 20 impossible?
No, I don't think impossible because he doesn't get enough love. John Dotson's a good player. He's just a smallish player, but you know what? So is Chris Olave. So I don't know that's necessarily a huge difference between those two in terms of overall impact, talent level. So, you know what? Screw it. I'll go Drake London. I think it's not ideally the type of receiver they want, but that's the direction they want to go. They want to get a pass catcher. They want to get someone who's going to help the quarterback. Drake London is, honestly, actually, it might be a great fit when you think about Marquise Colston and what he was for the Saints. Drake London could be the exact same thing. That big slot.
Michael Thomas?
Michael Thomas on the outside. You get Drake London as your new big slot receiver. And it's Marquise Colston all over again in New Orleans.
Pittsburgh is on the clock. And Dane, I'm going to pick a quarterback.
That's the way it's setting up, yeah.
I just have to figure out which one I'm going to pick here. Who boy, in what order are Ritter, Pickett, Corral going to go? Ritter, Pickett, Corral. I guess I'm going to pick Kenny Pickett just because
he's used to playing in Heinz Field.
It's just such a coin flip, but I'm going to take Kenny Pickett at 20 for the Steelers. Kirk says, Sky Moore to the Cowboys. Make it happen. This is my draft show now. Much love. Go Cowboys. We love the draft show. Brian Broaddus is the godfather of my scouting game. King Shadow, this is make it or break it year for CD because he's going to want to get paid and Jags reset the receiver market. Steven won't pay him that money unless he's a top 3 receiver. Oh, well, sign me up for that problem. Sign me up for him being so good that we're debating how much money he's going to get. I'm in. We're at 21, and the New England Patriots are on the clock.
All right, so
no linebacker taken yet.
I was going to say Devin Lloyd's sitting there, and he fits a lot of what Bill Belichick wants at that position. So that would make sense. I tell you what, dark horse for the Patriots at 21, Quay Walker. I think in a lot of ways he is the perfect Bill Belichick linebacker. That would not surprise me. The other player I really like here is Daxton Hill, Michigan. I think that's another guy that just fits Belichick. The versatility, the athleticism. He's got length. So this is tough. I'm going to go Daxton Hill. I think that, you could play him at outside corner. You could play him at inside corner. You could play him at safety. You could do anything you want with him in the secondary. He's going to give Bill Belichick options. I like that.
The reason I like and don't like that pick is I was going to pick him with the next pick for the Packers. Because I mean, technically you have Savage and Amos, but their nickel, if I have it right, is listed as Shamar Jean Charles. And I was going to put Daxton Hill in the nickel and move on with my day. Excuse me, dog. When you scratch yourself on the wood floor, people can hear you. Chill out. Okay, so now we are at Green Bay at 22. If I have their next pick, one of them needs to be a receiver. I have this one. No, yes, no, yes, no. I have both their picks. Okay. So I don't have to pick a receiver yet because I can pick one later. Green Bay, other needs. Give me their depth chart. Ooh, is the interior of their offensive line bad?
They got Elton Jenkins coming back.
They got Bakhtiari and Jenkins.
Right.
D-line, Kenny Clark, Jaron Reed. Edges are good. Could they pick a linebacker? I'm just looking at a depth chart, and if Chris Barnes is the starter, I could take Devin Lloyd.
I think that defensive tackle is definitely something that you're going to look at. They need more depth there for their front. I think, obviously no more Devontae Adams, so wide receiver with one of those 2 first-rounders is definitely possible.
Yeah, but the wide receiver's coming at 28. I've already got that one all mapped
Okay.
out for him.
As long as one's there, right?
Yeah, it could be gone. Well,
Could be.
but I want one of my two pet cats to go to them, even though they're allegedly second rounders. We'll see. Does Traylon Burks fit there?
Kind of like it. The Packers like size at receiver. That is something they have drafted routinely is size. And Traylon Burks is a lot of fun.
I really want George Pickens or Sky Moore there, but it doesn't matter what I want. Traylon Burks is here. Still no linebackers taken. No D tackles other than Jordan Davis. We'll go Traylon Burks at 22.
Now, if you're the Cowboys, are you, we're getting close to 24. Are you feeling good about where you're sitting? Are you feeling an itch to trade up at all? Not at this point, but as you see the picks come off the board in the teens, are you feeling that itch, or are you comfortable with where things are?
No, I think I'm super comfortable because as we're illustrating here, it doesn't matter how this thing goes. I'm going to have at least two guys on the board. I'm totally comfortable picking at 24. And in this case, it's two interior offensive linemen sitting on the board I'd be happy with. I would be happy with Linderbaum. I don't know that they would or that he's going to go in the first round. Devin Lloyd at 24. They might like. I would prefer Nakobe Dean, but it doesn't matter what I want. Hell, maybe they'd be interested in somebody like Devontae Wyatt, even though the second and third round picks stacked up at D tackle. I wouldn't mind George Pickens at 24. So I think there's almost no scenario in this draft that could happen as somebody, if the Cowboys cared what I thought, I would just be like, no, never sit here. If you do anything, you trade down.
All right. So I'm going to take, I think Zion Johnson could go here. They could use a guard. They could upgrade on that offensive line. But I want to make you choose between Zion, Kenyon Green, Devin Lloyd, and some other players. So they also want to get better on the defensive line. So Devontae Wyatt from Georgia is the pick at 23.
Devontae Wyatt is the pick, and I have to stop the show for a second, Dane. I don't have any sound effects to ring a bell or anything, but shout out to Sarcastro putting Dane's kids through college in the super chat with a 200 bomb.
How about
Rarely
that?
get to catch you guys live, just showing some love while I can. Thank you, dude. You are a monster.
You're the man.
Vance wants to know when the draft's over, are you going to catch any Vegas shows, Dane? When I was down there, I went to it's not called cross-dressing. What's it called? A drag show? I went to a drag show. It was kick-ass. They were singing and stuff. It was awesome.
No, I gotta do a 2023 mock draft. So
my God.
Yep. I will be working nonstop from Vegas. It'll be nice. We rented a house. That's where we're doing our live draft show from on The Athletic, and on Twitter and all that. So, look for that. I'll be tweeting that out. But no, at night, after the first night, got to do a mock draft for the second and third round. After the second night, got to work on the mock draft for next year. And what that's going to look like. So.
You're sick. This mock draft brought to you by the greatness of Sarcastro.
Yes, sir.
Dane's kids love you. Jordan wanted to know who has the best late round potential we aren't talking about. Ebiketie, Tariq Woolen, Logan Hall. Oh, you're talking about maybe sneaking into the first round, I would imagine there. Pass rushers can sneak in, man.
Oh, yeah.
Logan Hall could sneak in. Ebiketie could sneak in. Boye Mafe could sneak in.
Yeah, I'm not even sure you need to say sneak. I think that they could easily be first-round picks. Yeah, pass rush and receivers. We're going to see those guys. We're going to see a run on those players in the first round.
The Dallas Cowboys are on the clock.
Whew, I know. Hey, you're
which
stalling.
No one cares. No one here in the chat cares about. But if you are in the chat, go ahead and cast your vote for who to pick. Oh wait, hold on, Dane. There's a trade option.
Oh no.
The Bengals want the pick.
Oh, no.
I could get 63 and 31 maybe for 24. If that were real life, I would take it.
Yeah.
But that's me. I don't know if they would. Hold on. I'm not going to actually do it because we're not here to.
Hey, this is our show. We can do whatever we want. So you're on the clock. You do what you want.
37% chance to be accepted. This trade has. I'm going to offer it 31 and 63 for 24.
So they
They
up
took
7.
it. We're not making a pick,
no.
Dane.
Oh,
We're not making a
no.
pick yet. We're out of there. Let's go. We traded down. Oh, wait. This isn't realistic, though. They wouldn't trade out of there. They would pick their starting left guard, I think. I was doing it because I would pick George Pickens. I forgot that it's about them and not me. Like I was like, I'll go down to 31 and get George Pickens and pick up a second round pick.
They could still get their left guard at 31.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see what happens because I traded it to the Bengals, but I'm controlling all the teams, so I don't know who they were trading up for. Now I have to pick for the Bengals. How do I get back to the screen? Does anyone use this site? How do I get back to the draft?
I have no idea. I've never used it before.
I don't want to trade anymore. I went back in.
They want
draft a player. Here we go.
Interior offensive line. They want a corner. They want a corner really bad. I think that if they're trading up,
Andrew Booth
for a corner. Okay,
they're coming up for Andrew Booth Jr. They came and they took a corner. Great trade, Bengals. You gave up a 1 and a 2 for Andrew Booth. Don't blame me. Blame the machine. We traded down. And Andrew Booth has been picked. If Dallas goes Burks at 24, how big is the drop off after Zion and Green on the interior line? Is it better to draft a guard and then a wide receiver in the second? Do you like the second round interior offensive line?
Yeah, day 2, I love. I mean, the Chattanooga kid, Luke Fortner, Kentucky, Dylan Parham at Memphis. I'm a big fan of Cam Jurgens at Nebraska. And those are the guard centers, but also some of the guards. I'm not as high on like Ed Ingram as you guys.
I'm saying you guys. Ed Ingram's fine. He's fine.
No, yeah. Well, you and Brian really like Ed Ingram. Yeah, I mean, I do. And honestly, this is a smart pick because I'm looking at the Bills and they need a corner. So Bengals getting ahead of the Bills to get that corner makes a ton of sense. I might have taken Andrew Booth here. So with him gone, again, we're trying to do realistic things here. So let's go Breece Hall, Iowa State running back.
Oh, Dane picked a running back.
Yeah. Hey, Buffalo, they're ready to compete. Drop a stud running back in there and might have something.
Dane picked a running back. Jake, why not pair Micah with Devin Lloyd? That's dynamic. I might. He's still on the board.
Yeah.
Vance, Dane, let me help you with your 2023 mock draft. The Saints will have Dallas's first round pick. Oh, I think that's a Sean Payton joke. King Shadow's excited that Captain Trade Down rode again. All right, Tennessee. Wide receiver, guard, center, edge is what's listed here. Tell me if you disagree with any of that. And if it is, they can take the first guard off the board that Jeff dumbly traded away from.
They could go, Jahan Dotson, Christian Watson, one of the Pickens, one of the receivers. They could go one of the guards. Those two would make the most sense.
Okay, Dotson or Pickens, because I like Pickens better, but we're trying to be right. If we're trying to be right, do you believe Dotson's going before Pickens?
Probably, but I don't. It's not a set in stone type of thing. They're different types of receivers. If you want size, you're taking Pickens. If you want a smaller dynamic back, you're going Dotson. It just comes down to preference.
Tennessee. I don't want to do that to poor George Pickens. Jahan Dotson goes at 26.
Okay. I like it. Makes sense. Okay. Well, this is where we're going to see the first guard off the board then.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, well, hey, it's got to happen at some point. And the Bucs, they're kind of revamping that offensive line. They lost Alex Kappa, Ali Marpet retired. So I got to do it. I got to go Zion. I think he's the best guard in the draft. Zion Johnson's a pick there. So Cowboys not happy about that, but that's a risky take when you move back.
Okay, Green Bay. We could still go on the defensive line. I'm going to do it.
Who did we take earlier? Burks?
This is the depth chart that I have, and I'm going off of it. We went Traylon Burks. I'm taking Devin Lloyd at 28.
Okay.
It is
Interesting.
done.
All right, 29 with the Chiefs. Back-to-back picks here.
When Dane says interesting, what he's saying is there's no chance that's what they're doing.
No, honestly, it's not a match that I've seen a lot, but I don't think it's impossible. With the Chiefs, I think this is going to be pass rush, wide receiver, probably one of those two spots. It could be a corner, although Brett Veach has not drafted a corner early as GM of the Chiefs. He could change that, but that's not his MO. The top edge rusher on the board is
let me see what we got here. Ebikadi, Benito, Drake Jackson, Pascal Mafe. Ojabo's hurt. So Mafe, Ebikadi.
Yeah, it was between those two, I think. Let's go with Boye Mafe. Let's go with the athletic player. Boye Mafe to the Chiefs. Edge rusher.
And then, oh, it's my pick. Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Dane, don't care. You have no opinion here. You don't matter. Feed him the rock. Travis Kelce's in one slot, and Sky Moore is in the other. Holmes goes for 8,000 yards. Let's
All
go.
right. It's not impossible. That is I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. That's what, a sixth wide receiver we've got in this first round.
Yes.
So yeah, these guys are going to go. So 2 picks left. We got the Cowboys on the clock. Kenyon Green's got to be the favorite. Who else are we considering here at 31?
Let me unfilter positions.
Arnold Ebiketie should be consideration, I think.
Ebiketie,
Nakobe Dean and Quay Walker.
George Pickens, but that's for me.
Yeah.
Linebacker is possible.
Do you think they take Linderbaum?
I hadn't heard a peep about Linderbaum
Right.
from them. I would like to think, like, if you're going off of my grades on players, let me make sure here. Linderbaum's the highest graded guy on this board. But I think that they would take Kenyon Green.
I think Bernard Raymond should at least be a conversation.
Stop it.
Yeah, it's got to be Kenyon Green. I think if you're the Cowboys, you picked up an extra second round pick and still got a guy that you might have taken at 24. So you're feeling good about that.
Cowboys won the draft. Detroit is at 32. Detroit, we already drafted Trayvon Walker. Could we go QB?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Would you kill me if I took Desmond Ridder?
No, I'm not.
Who do you like better, Ridder or Corral?
I like Ridder better, but I don't. I wouldn't be surprised if they went with Corral. He's more of the upside pick.
Okay, but they can also still tank. So
true. Who's the best player available? Do you think, regardless of position, who's the best player available? Dean,
Linderbaum, Dean, Pickens, maybe Quay Walker's in the mix. Somebody might take Kyler Gordon in the first round.
Yep, that's possible. Ebiketie. No,
I'm going to take Nakobe Dean.
Okay. Oh, it's 2 Georgia defenders with the Lions 2 picks.
Well, if you're going to pick 2 players off of somebody's defense, let me tell you who they should come from.
It's not the worst strategy. It is. It honestly isn't.
Is there a way to simulate down to 63 just to see what I've added? Because I wish I could do that, but I don't think I can because I'm all 32 teams right now. It sucks.
Yeah. Can you not do that? Can you not simulate a little bit?
No, because hold on, settings. I don't want to lose my current draft progress. No, there's no way to do it. But just for fun, now as the Cowboys, you got Kenyon Green. You pick again at 56 and 63, and I can get your wide receiver. I can get
Why not? Could we use our 2 picks and trade up? Go get Pickens. We could go get Linderbaum.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all. I mean, I don't think you'd have to go to 33, but just for fun, let's go. Hey, what do you think? And they're going to say no, but oh wait, no, they do accept.
Well, there you go.
So you could go up. I wouldn't have to go up that far for it, I don't think. But if I did, I would do that. It would be George Pickens, and it'd be a done deal. Look at that. We did a 33 pick mock draft. You got George Pickens and Kenyon Green, Cowboy fans.
Hey,
you're the winners.
That's not bad. You're upgrading. This team wants to get more explosive on offense. I think you did that. You stabilize your offensive line. You get a guy that has true number 1 traits. And Pickens, not too bad at all.
Gito, what position group is extra deep this year? Feels like wide receiver. Man, I think wide receiver. I think edge.
Edge, definitely. Edge is the best position in this draft. There's no doubt. Wide receiver.
I like the tight end group. Not top heavy, but I like the tight end group.
There's a lot of Dalton Schultzes in this draft, I think. Guys that you could take in the 3rd or 4th round and, might not be an immediate stud for you, but could, gradually get there.
Safety's fun on day 2. Jonathan wants to know, what are you doing draft weekend? Dane's doing a live show on The Athletic, and I will be right here.
Yep, we'll be on YouTube and Twitter, so everyone can follow along with both of us.
Jake, rather see with Micah, Devin Lloyd, Nakobe Dean, or Quay Walker? Mine's Nakobe Dean, but any one of those would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Devin Lloyd's your linebacker 1, right?
He is. He does everything. So I'll take the guy that's had over 100 tackles, 22 tackles for loss, 4 interceptions, 10 passes defended. Does everything.
Vance said, Jeff, if you don't pick Kenyon Green, Vach will break down your door. He wouldn't do that. He's a nice man. He wouldn't bring violence to the party. Okay, so that's the mock draft. Let me scroll up. If anybody wants to see it, I'll scroll down slowly. You can just see the entire mock. There's your top 11-ish.
Yeah. Spoilers. That's how it going down.
That's exactly what the draft is going to look like right there. Here we'll take you down to 10 to 18. And
poor Jameson Williams in that offense in Houston. I'm sorry. That's my fault.
Yeah, it's messed up. Davis Mills is grateful, though.
That's true.
The great Davis Mills. Here, get you some Kenny Pickett there. And look at the Cowboys trading down like a smart team. Look at them go. Kenyon Green, and then overpaying to get back to 33 for George Pickens. That's a whole mock draft. Whole damn thing.
That's a good day.
That is it's good 2 days, actually.
That's true. I mean, they got and then they come back, and what picks they have in the 3rd round? They've got 88. So
yeah.
Who are you targeting at 88 then? Are you looking at edge? You looking at tight end?
I could go edge. I could go tight end. I could go tight end might even stretch to the 4th, so I might not even pick a tight end there. I think you could go D-line. I think you could go linebacker. We're just going to keep letting it come to us. Yeah. That's what we're going to do. We're going to keep letting it come to us and dominating as it's time to pick.
That's if they go offense like that, I think Will McClay and Coach McCarthy, they're going to look at Dan Quinn and be like, all right, 88 years. Who do you want? Is it a corner? Is it do they have to draft a corner now with Kelvin Joseph? With all that situation, do they want? I think ideally they want some more juice off the edge. They want a pass rusher. Sam Williams, is he there at 88?
I think he could be. I'm watching everybody mocking him at 56. I'm like, man, that's early. I get that we have video of Dan Quinn working out with the guy, but that's no reason to move him up 20 picks.
Yeah, but this team is not scared to draft guys early if they like them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's also how you hurt yourself, is liking a guy and reaching for him to make sure you get him instead of just picking the best player available.
You ain't lying.
Jeff, you should bring in KT to play the role of DQ, begging you to draft Sam Williams or a long DB. Look, the Cowboys are going to pick 2 of their first 3 picks are going to be offense, and maybe 3 of their first 3. Get ready. Yeah. Strap in. That's happening. And if none of those is a tight end, 3 of your first 4 are going to be offense because they're going to pick a tight end at some point. That's happening.
Yep.
Well, Dane, I enjoyed it. It's always fun broadcasting with you.
Heck yeah. This is a good time.
I admire how badass you are at what you do. So everybody make sure you're following Dane on The Athletic. He'll be live doing the draft. What are we? Holy crap. Are we 8 days away from the draft?
We are.
All right.
Every year.
I'm going to go watch tape and get caught up.
There you go.
This mock draft and this whole party was brought to you by Bet Online. Use the promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, and get a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Dane, you're a beast. I love you. Everybody, thank you for watching. You're the best too. Rock and roll. Love you, Dane.
Thanks, guys.
Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through. Be cool to everyone. I love you.